unbelievable, but it's no surprise. There are the 8-second attention span commentators out there who I don't know who pays these guys. I don't understand how these people get a job from any reputable outfit, except to say that it's likely that those who pay these people to write the garbage they're writing are 8-second attention span people themselves, or they are a front for certain groups to pump the market, convince average investors to make stupid investment decisions. I just don't know. I can't prove it. I can't point at it. I can just go, are you kidding me? With some of the stupid headlines that are coming out and comments coming out from some people. Anyway, there was a headline that I saw, and I'm just kind of looking at it here. Oh, yeah, it was a story in Barron's. Headline: Treasury yields fall on hopes the Fed won't hike rates as high as feared. Brian Swint wrote this. Who the hell is Brian Swint? Some guy at dowjones.com. That's a reputable outfit. What's this guy doing? Now his argument might be, hey, I didn't make up this story. I'm just commenting on what I hear. Well, man, you are wasting everyone's heartbeats here talking about crap like this, because this is dreamers out there like you can't believe, who actually think that the Federal Reserve of the USA is going to suddenly stop raising rates because of what? The Bank of England's having trouble with bonds. That's not going to do it. Inflation has gone to 2% overnight. That's not happening. Housing prices are, under pressure, and mortgages are a little too high. Maybe we should not going to have. The Fed is going to raise rates 0.75 of a percentage point this month. They're going to get to their target rate. They want to crush inflation, and they want it over with as soon as possible. They're not interested in playing it's kind of coming down, so we're going to ease off now, and it'll be just fine. Everyone we'll all get along. It's not going to, no. These people, whoever these people are, likely are so young. And again, I'm not mad. I'm just telling you what I see. They're so young out there. They haven't been through what we're now going through in their adult lifetime. They're kids. They're 30-somethings. Maybe they're 40-something. Probably 30-something. I don't know about this guy, whatever his name is. How old is he? I don't care. But where his sources are coming from rookies. If you haven't got 20 years experience in the bond market, you're still a kid. And they're coming from these trading desk guys who are morons. They are so focused on their little world, they don't look at the outside picture. And I get it, because when you can make $1 million a year, $2 million a year with bonuses and what have you, and you can have Las Vegas weekend parties, and you can go to the Hamptons, and you can buy a second condo, or you can enjoy yourself for the weekend in Paris with your girlfriend because you're making big money, and fly over there and back in business class or first class. You're in another world, okay? There are what you guys don't get. Maybe you don't get. I hope you do get watching me, but what the world doesn't understand, the 99.9% of the market, they don't understand how much money these guys make. They don't get it. They hear that, they make like $200,000 a year. No. These bond traders, hedge fund guys, there are hundreds of thousands of them around the world, many of them, okay? And they fight like hell to get these juicy jobs, to manage other people's money, and they get a percentage of other people's money when they manage it. And the better they perform with that money, the bigger the bonuses get. And so there are individuals out there who are worth $20 an hour at a McDonald's if they're lucky, all right? They're on bond desks, hedge fund trading desks. They're in teams of coming up with ideas. They're summer option writers and what have you. These folks are making millions of dollars a year, millions of dollars every year. And after 15 years of making millions of dollars a year, you get full of yourself. Okay, you can't help it. You get so full of yourself, you get over the top, confident in what you're all about. You think you're invincible. And you begin to note that when you say something, other people go, oh, well, that's what he said. You know, that's what she said. They must know what they're talking about. They have 8-second attention spans. What do they do when they have a few minutes in the bathroom? They play video games on their phones. Okay, they're at home playing video. They're kids. They're kids. They're not 68-year-old, 67-year-old veterans who've been around a long time. Maybe too long. Maybe okay. They're kids, and they don't know what it's like having lived through the 60s and 70s and 80s, through the worst of economic conditions in the strongest country in the world, the United States, and its buddy, Canada, and the UK. We all went through it when, hey, you know, our attitude was, why are we having such economic hard times in 1976? Why is it so tough around here in 1968? Why are there riots in the streets in Chicago in 1968 between students and cops? And why is the mayor telling the cops in Chicago to beat the shit out of college students on live national television? Why is all this going on? Why is all this hatred in that time? And today we go, well, why is all this hatred now? Because it's still going on. The reality here is these kids today who are hotshot traders are making gawa billions of dollars. They don't deserve a dime of it, but it's the system, and it's set up. It's perfectly set up for these guys to score. And they want the party to keep going. They don't want to end this party. And they don't get it that inflation destroys portfolios. Inflation destroys businesses. Inflation destroys countries' economies. And inflation and outsized interest rates and crashing currencies create civil wars, famine, and all kinds of other problems. And it makes the world a more dangerous place because they don't give a crap. They don't want to give a crap. They care about their personal bonuses. Can I get my numbers to where I need to make them so I can get my $10 million at the end of the year? Pay Uncle Sam 30-40% of that, net out $5-6 million, and I can blow $2 million a year on whatever I want to blow and put 3 or 4 million away for long-term, whatever, if they even do that, and party like there's no tomorrow, because I only go around once. And I came out of college broke, got this job with this outfit, moved my way onto the trading desk, and I'm scoring, and I'm making the kind of money my mom and dad never thought, saw, or will ever have seen in their lifetime. And I'm the luckiest guy in the world. But there are many and many, many, many of them. And the Learjets, the global jets, the private world, the limos and everything else are out there for these guys to continue to enjoy themselves. It's ridiculous. And they're from every country in the world. They're not Americans. I'm not picking on Americans. I'm talking about these desk trader type guys, these hedge fund guys and girls who are global. They're in London, they're in Paris, they're in Frankfurt, they're in Madrid, they're everywhere. They're in Tokyo, they're in Hong Kong, they're in Singapore, they're all over the US, Canada, South America, Africa. They're global, and they don't want the party to end. And they love the party we've had for 20 years, 20 years of virtual no interest rates, virtual no inflation. And these guys were making a fortune while the rest of you guys were having to tolerate 2 to 3% raises if you could get one from your boss, because the top 1% of the firms that you were working for, the private firms you were working for, they were having a good time, unless they were total morons and screwed their business up into the heavens. That's the world they want to go back to. And they don't like this world. They don't like this world about higher interest rates and inflation. This isn't any good. My condo's gone down in value in the last 3 months. I want my condo to go back up in value. The jet fuel for my jet, my yacht, my power boat, it's costing me $200 a tank more to fill this thing up for for a 3-hour jaunt where I can rip up the waves. Their world is getting a little tighter, and they don't like it, and they would really rather have the other side of it. So they're looking for the Fed to back off. Wouldn't it be nice if the Fed kind of thought, well, maybe we've overreacted, and we'll just kind of we'll ease up a little bit, and we won't raise rates quite so aggressively, and we'll ease up on the tightening of money too, because this tightening of money is screwing with my bond trading. My bonds used to always just go up in value all the time, and the yields would be nice and low, and it was easy to sell bonds to pension funds all the time. I just call up a pension fund and say, "Hey, Royal Caribbean is trying to raise, $1 billion this week. You want 50 million of it? You do? Oh, I'll write you up for 50 million." A guy would make 10 phone calls, and he'd sell $200 million of the bonds, and he would sit back and go, "Oh, I just made myself 200,000 in gross commissions. I get paid a 40% payout, but I get a 20% bonus at the end of the year. I'm gonna get 60% of 200,000. I just made 120 grand today. Yeah, I made $120,000 today." Do they give a crap about what the price of a loaf of bread is in your neighborhood? No, because they're thinking, I just made 120 grand. I'm going to give government 30% of that. I'm going to keep 90,000 for myself today. This weekend, my hot date and I should go somewhere. I'm going to impress her. Where should I take her? Well, let's go to Fiji. Let's grab the Global 5000 jet over here in New Jersey, across the river from New York. That thing can fly 8,000 miles nonstop. Let's fly to Fiji for 4 days and then come back. It's a long weekend, so let's go to Fiji and let's have one of those huts on the ocean and get some champagne and caviar and just really have a good time. And then come back to work next week, and I'll make another 120 grand next week. No problem. It's all good. It's all fine. Yeah, when it's fine, it's fine. But when it stops, it stops. And right now, Royal Caribbean wants to raise $1 billion. That's a junk bond. Royal Caribbean has to, the bond boys get on the phone and call their pension funds, and they say, "Hey, you want to buy some Royal Caribbean debt?" And they go, "No, we can't buy it." "Why not?" "It's junk bond. We're not allowed to buy junk bonds." Oh, okay. Well,